okay, I guess just for the audience's sake, in case they're new and didn't know this, I have 5 teams, not 17.
Yeah, close enough.
It appears this week I have fallen to 2 and 3 across the board in my leagues.
Wow.
Well, your star running backs are...
Wait. 2 and 3. I thought you were saying that's your average record. I was like, it's only been 4 weeks.
No.
Do you play preseason fantasy football? Because that would be disgusting.
Yeah, no, don't do preseason. Don't even draft until like a couple days before the first game kickoff anyway. But yeah, so like in 4 of my leagues, my main running backs are Foster and McCoy and Forte. So, you know, what I said at the very end of the last segment really applies to how my teams are performing.
Wait, you have Foster, McCoy, and Forte on the same team?
No.
I was going to say, is this a one-team league? Are you by yourself, Claire? Is this how you entertain yourself?
I just kill my opponents. I'm the Black Widow.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're dead. Yeah. And I get all the running backs who don't score over 5 points in a given week. Yay me! Winner.
But not that you're bitter.
No, obviously.
Now,
no.
I have a reason to be bitter because Cordero Patterson is still shitting on my heart.
Oh.
Wow. And also, here's the best beat of the week. All right, so Kyle Rudolph gets hurt, right? And the Vikings have not been very good covering a tight end, right? So I pick up Levine Toilolo off the waiver wire. I start him. I was like, maybe he gets a garbage touchdown. Who knows? Blanton can't cover tight ends anyways.
Oh.
So Atlanta rolls in with 7 healthy offensive linemen. 3 of them get hurt. So my tight end, towards the end of the game, ends up having to play right tackle.
Ouch.
Right tackle.
Ouch.
How'd your fantasy week go?
Well,
not too bad because my starting tight end ended up playing right tackle. I saw the horror before me.
I could see that. I mean, that would be pretty horrific because you know that he's never going to declare as eligible. He's never going to be that guy. So there's no room for trick plays whenever all your alignment are hurt and you're filling in the gaps. So it couldn't have happened to a nicer person, though, Andy. Way to go. You lost, I assume, right?
Wow. No, we still have hope. I'm down a little bit under 8 points, and I got Ridley going tonight against Jamal Charles or Niall Davis, whichever one he decides to start. So
Niall Davis already played, right?
No, Niall Davis is the handcuff for Jamal Charles.
Oh, wait. Who is the other? Oh, I'm sorry. The tight end for Washington, Niles. What's his name?
Niles Paul.
Oh, that's the guy I was thinking of. Never mind. There shouldn't be more than one guy named that in the entire NFL.
Niles is a manly name. Haven't you ever watched the show Frasier?
Yeah, I guess. Kind of. When my mom had it on.
I love that dog.
That dog's
Eddie.
cute. Eddie's cute.
Eddie's probably dead now. Smooth segue from Eddie the dead dog to Teddy, the very much alive quarterback. And quarterback of my Minnesota Fighting Vikings, we beat the Atlanta Falcons 41-28 yesterday afternoon in the late game at TCF Bank Stadium, and it was glorious.
Yeah, I mean, that was an offensive showdown. That was some good football, actually.
What do you mean, actually?
Well, it could have not been good football, but it was good football. So you should revel in the glory of being the victor in a good football game.
It was exactly what the fans needed. I think we're finally all back together after the Adrian mess, even though he reinserted himself into the narrative by sending the team a pregame text message. And now some of the newspapers and columnists are saying, oh, Adrian Peterson inspired the team to victory.
Oh, okay.
I would like to read his text because it probably wasn't spelled very well grammatically.
That's true. Please go. Oh, are you saying you have it? You'd like to read it
now? I don't have it. Like, I don't care enough to look it up because
Well, I care enough to look it up.
A text from an inactive player did not inspire this team to victory. Did not inspire Teddy to have a hell of a game in his NFL starting debut. And
let's find out what it was.
All right, you can look, and I'll keep ranting. And
rant.
I am a little concerned about Mike Zimmer and his clock management, game management, timeout management, because he's a timeout on a 4th and 1 to kick a field goal from the Atlanta 23, about 5 minutes in from the half. And that one was the most egregious one. The other 2 timeouts were whatever. But he was out of ways to stop the clock with 11 minutes left in a very tight game. Not the best use of your timeouts. That's a very Rex Ryan-ish move, not a Belichick move. And that was kind of my concern about Zimmer when we hired him, because he's a hell of a motivator and a great defensive coach. But I was, maybe still am, kind of concerned that he's a much better coordinator, not a head coach. Maybe there's a reason that he got passed over for so many head coaching jobs time after time after time in the past decade. I don't know.
Not everyone's going to be good at everything, and not every team needs the same kind of coach. I mean,
a coach who's good at taking care of the timeouts and making quick decisions, because 2 of the timeouts are burnt on because he didn't know what he wanted to do on 4th down.
Okay, bro, check it though. Is this his 4th game ever as a head coach?
We demand excellence. It's a win now league.
Whatever. It's Minnesota. No, you don't.
We piss excellence, especially this week on Packer Week.
Whatever. Okay, cool. Have fun with that, bro.
No, because we have a quarterback who looks like a star in the making, even though he rolled his ankle a little bit, and Christian Ponder came in and closed the game, which was hilarious.
It was kind of hilarious. What's the prognosis going on there with that?
MRI was fine. Zimmer thinks he's fine. All signs indicate that he's going to start on Thursday.
Okay.
We'll see if he's limited at all. Like at his press conference last night, he wasn't wearing a boot or having a noticeable limp. So probably just a precaution. I mean, Ponder was just in there handing off anyways. And, yeah, we'll see.
He ran for a yard himself.
He did.
So, pondering there, doing pondery things.
Now, see, I thought if Teddy's ankle was severe enough that they did rest him just because it is a short week, that Christian Ponder would get the start in Green Bay and just completely wax the Packers, because that would be so delightful and the most NFL thing you can think of, because the NFL is so freaking unpredictable.
Goal, but go ahead, continue.
Christian Jerome Ponder. That would be Sam Ponder's revenge for all the Vikings fans being so mean to her husband.
That's what Chris Kluwe should rename his band that. Sam Ponder's Revenge.
What's his band name currently?
Tripping Icarus.
That's a name I could have gotten without hearing for a while.
Yeah, well, what else? It's Chris Kluwe. So what are you going to do? I can't find what the actual text message said, but apparently it touched your sweet Teddy's heart and soul. So, what else?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it just is a little unfair, because I know Adrian's heart was in the right place, where he wanted to motivate all the players, and especially like Jerick McKinnon and Asiata, guys that look up to him and he's mentored. But he completely bludgeoned the narrative now, because now it's Adrian Peterson inspires a team to victory instead of this young team under a young new head coach pulled together and got a damn fine win at home. Yeah. It's all the text message.
Because, that's what people are talking. But honestly, I mean, and we're taping this not on Tuesday, but that's okay. But I'm just finding out about this. This is the first time I've heard about it whenever you told me. So it's probably not well known at all outside of Minnesota.
Oh, give it time on Tuesday or Wednesday when First Take runs out of things to talk about. When Skip Bayless's boner over the Cowboys wears off.
That was kind of funny, though, to name him Skip Boner.
All right, now that's a smooth transition. The Cowboys are for real, by the way.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
They rolled the Saints at home last night on Sunday Night Football, 38-17. They're up like 24-0 at halftime. That defense, who everyone and their mother thought was going to be biblically bad, is pretty aight. Rod Marinelli is not being an embarrassment for himself. Jason Garrett is probably going to get like a 20-year extension out of this 3-1 start, and they are going to roll the Texans next week.
Okay, so how do you foresee this shaping out? Please enlighten me.
Well, the Texans are going to let the Cowboys score a lot. DeMarco Murray is going to run up J.J. Watt's butt.
Okay.
And Des Bryant, Terrence Williams are going to get a little loose on what the Texans consider secondary. DJ Swearinger is going to get 2 personal fouls and be ejected from the game.
Oh, my God.
At about 30 seconds into the game. Brian Cushing's going to tear an ACL, as he's wont to do.
What is wrong with you? You just hate me and my team.
Oh, no. This is a fair and balanced assessment of what Dallas versus Houston is going to be like next Sunday at noon at the Geradome.
It's BS.
All right, so you think the Texans are actually going to go in there and stomp the Cowboys?
I think there's a possibility of that happening.
How about them Texans?
I'm not going to speak in crazy absolutes like you do, because we all know how often those come out true. Look at our combined picks for evidence of that.
Oh, you mean my 38-31 prediction of the Vikings winning yesterday was that far off, ended up being 41-28. And my prediction of the Minnesota Golden Gophers going into the Big House and upsetting the Michigan so-called Wolverines was so outlandish that it would never happen, Claire.
Maybe.
Vapors.
Maybe. I mean, okay. Now, you know that Dallas is going to want to try and stop the run, obviously, because they saw Buffalo successfully do that.
They got to stop Alfred Blue.
And Arian Foster, who played the majority of downs in the game on Sunday. However, I think the Texans prepared for that game plan because they know how good Buffalo's rushing defense is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And so I think they prepared to keep the ball off the ground most of the game. So they purposefully didn't play many rushing downs. And so I'm just saying that Dallas can prepare, but what if the Texans prepared for Dallas through their preparation for Buffalo?
But what if the Cowboys prepare for the Texans preparing for them?
Well, that's just a chance that old Jason Garrett's going to have to take. We all know how good Jason Garrett's chances tend to turn out.
Yeah, by the way, Jason Garrett is one of those coordinators who is better suited to be a coordinator than a head coach because his clock management, his game management is terrible.
I almost compared Zimmers to Garrett earlier.
And
I didn't want to
Garrett wasn't even that good of an offensive coordinator, to be honest.
He's been, since he was the backup, he had been groomed for that position to become eventually the Cowboys head coach.
Virginia.
Yeah, Ginger. Steal your soul, bro.
Hey, if somehow Teddy gets hurt, Ponder gets hurt, MBT gets hurt, something called Chandler Harnish gets hurt, we could sign up Jason Garrett because he is from the Norv coaching tree. He's worked with Norv in the past in Dallas. Come on.
Well, I'll get you some.
Jason Garrett, starting quarterback, Minnesota Vikings.
Gross. That's awful.
All right, speaking of gross and awful, we'll get to our picks a little later on. I made some headway this week, and it was awesome. Gross and awful, Brady Hoke, just as a person, not as a football coach. Just kidding. I'm sure he's a wonderful person. But not that great of a football coach as the lowly Minnesota Golden Gophers, my default geographical college football team, roll into the Big House and get a victory 30-14. The score was not even that close. And, yeah, it's not looking good for Brady Hoke. There are pitchforks, and the crowd lynch mob is out in full force. They want Hoke. They want A.D. Dave Brandon. They want everybody gone. They want Harbaugh.
They do. They want your boy Harbaugh bad. And
they do.
Brady Hoke started off so promisingly up at Michigan. He was the first season he was there, he was the Big Ten Coach of the Year. Was he like the NCAA Coach of the Year?